Hey, my name is Drew. Welcome to Overlake Student Ministries. We are creating a safe place where every student is loved, known, heard, supported, and challenged.
Loved, known, heard, supported, and challenged.
Hey, I'm Will, and here at SM, we make sure that every student is loved, known, heard, supported, and challenged.
Welcome to Group Life. If you're new with us, I'm Jody.
And I'm James.
And tonight is week 4 of our series. We are talking about supported. And you guys, when I think about someone who is great at supporting our team, supporting people, I think of the one and only Connor Takata. So excited that he's actually going to be teaching in a little bit later. We're going to get to hear from him on what it means to be supported. And we're going to have some fun before that. So stay tuned. We've got a lot of good, fun things happening tonight.
And we know that yesterday was election day, and we're filming this a little bit in advance, so we have no idea what the results were or anything like that. But we know that in our country right now, it might be a tumultuous time. And so this is a safe space.
Wait, what's tumultuous mean?
Tumultuous means a time that is up in the air. You don't really know you're carrying too many things.
Thank you so much.
Yeah, absolutely.
Say that 3 times fast.
Tumultuous. And this is a safe space for you and your small group to be processing whatever's going on at home, in the family, or in the news. So just reach out, and it's a safe space to be supported this week.
Hey, we wanted to show you what it looks like to live life without any support by walking on a wooden plank 100 feet in the air. And let me tell you something, it is the scariest thing you could do.
Oh my gosh, this is scary. This is really scary.
Okay. Dude, this does not get any easier.
Here we go. Oh! We're strong. We are strong. We are smart. Don't just look down. Just look down. Don't look at me. It's not scary. It's terrifying. It's terrifying. Oh no. 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 Woo!
Oh!
Do I go again? Sure. Oh. Oh. Okay, I'm done.
This is really scary.
Give me a freaking donut. Point. Point. Woo! All right, hold up. This is the hardest part. Oh! Oh! Oh my God! Ouch! Oh, that hurt my knees.
Okay. All right. I see the cake. Oh, there's a lot of pieces of this cake to eat. Are we ready? Yeah. Am I ready? I'm not emotionally ready for whatever is about to happen. Oh, okay. Oh, what is on? What am I hitting? What's this? Okay. Okay. There's spiders on every piece. Why is there a crane? There's a crane. Oh no. Spiders on everything. Oh no. I hate spiders.
What is up, Group Life, middle schoolers, high schoolers? How are you doing? It is great to see you this evening. My name's Connor. If we haven't had the chance to meet, it's great to see you virtually. I'm one of the pastors on the student ministries team. So glad that you're spending your Wednesday night with us. Hope you enjoyed the game. Hope you enjoyed seeing Jody and James. It's been fun being able to do these videos, and we hope that you've been enjoying them as best you can during this wild season. Now, hey, if you have been joining us for the last couple of weeks, we are in week 4 of this series we've been going through called The Big 5, where we've been going over these 5 key words for this ministry: loved, known, heard, supported, and challenged. Loved, known, heard, supported, and challenged. And tonight I'm gonna share just a little bit about the idea of being supported, the importance of being supported. And when I was thinking about this message and I was going this, I was brought back to my middle school days. Shout out to all you middle schoolers out there. The best 3 years of your life. I'm kidding. Oh gosh, middle school for me was wild. It was kind of a weird experience, some good, some bad, but I distinctly have this memory. North Shore Junior High. I was walking to class, and in order to get to class, I had to walk up this stairwell. I had to go up some stairs, and I wasn't the most coordinated kid ever. I have like inverted knees, so they go in instead of like out or straight, you know? So I'm climbing up these stairs, going to class, and I'm walking behind a group of girls. They're just kind of minding their own business, walking up the stairs. I'm walking. I in my coordination trip on the stairs. My knees hit the concrete, so owie, like that hurt. And then my face goes straight into the buttocks of the person in front of me. It was miserable. I was so embarrassed. And I remember that moment. I think I was like in 8th grade. I remember falling, hitting this girl in front of me on accident, and just being so embarrassed by it. And I remember walking up the stairs, and gosh, it was like out of a movie. I remember just burying my face in my locker. I could not have gotten to my locker fast enough. I got to my locker, buried my face in it, and I just started crying. I was so embarrassed. I don't know what had come. I was crying, and I'll never forget a friend of mine at the time. His name was Cole. He saw me crying in my locker, and he came up to me and just, checked on me. I distinctly remember him coming up to me and asking me, "Hey, Connor, are you okay? Like what just happened? Are you all right?" And I just remember like through tears telling him what happened, and him just saying like, "Bro, don't worry about that. Like it's just a silly mistake. Like don't be embarrassed by it." And man, I just remember that comforted me. Like I felt supported by my friend Cole. And so, this is a silly story in middle school, but as I've experienced in my life since then, and as I'm sure many of you have experienced in your life either now or will, that there are going to be times in our lives when we need others in our lives. There's going to be times of embarrassment. There's going to be difficult seasons, maybe at home or at school, maybe with friends, or maybe something that you're dealing with on your own, and if we're being honest, we need other people in our lives. It's how God made us. God made us for community. He made us for relationships. I love what the Bible says in Ecclesiastes chapter 4, verse 12. Ecclesiastes, how many times have you read Ecclesiastes? Ecclesiastes chapter 4, verse 12 says this: "Though one may be overpowered, 2 can defend themselves. A cord of 3 strands is not easily broken." Which is to say, if somebody's by themselves, they might get overpowered. The thing that they're going through, it might be too much for them to carry on their own. 2 people come together, and they have a better chance at getting through whatever they're in the middle of. But 3 people come together, the more people that are connected with you in your life, the more support you have, the more that you can go through. Like, we were not made to be alone. Now here's the deal. We're talking about the idea of support, and this is what I want us to understand, is that our ultimate support and comfort, Like our ultimate support and comfort comes from God. Like He is the source of the comfort that we need. You need to know tonight that you are not alone in whatever you are going through. Like you might not find immediately friends around you right now, but I want you to know tonight that God, He is with you. It doesn't matter who you are, what you've done, or what you're going through, that you are not alone tonight. And what I also want us to see is that when we become followers of Jesus, when we enter into the family of God, we're entering into just that, a family that God has designed His community of believers to be a support system for one another. That we wouldn't be alone. One person, they can be overpowered. Two, they can resist. But a strand of 3 cords, 3 people or more together, that's not easily broken. We were made to support each other. Like that's in the design, that we would be supports for one another. I love Hebrews chapter 10 says this. Chapter 10, verse 25. It says this. It says, "Now let us not neglect meeting together as some have made it a habit of doing, but let us encourage one another, all the more as you see the day approaching." Let us not neglect one another, but let us encourage each other. So how do we support one another? Like tonight, as we're talking about the idea of support, we've talked about love, talked about being known, heard. Tonight, as we talk about being supported, how do we support one another? Well, I want to kind of take this passage and break it up into 2 parts. So he's saying, let us not neglect meeting together. Some people are in the habit of doing. Like, let's not stop gathering together. Let's not stop being with one another. So this first thing that I want to offer us, this first challenge in regards to being supported, is this: that we'd show up. That we'd be people who show up in each other's lives, that we would be people who are present in the lives of our friends, that we'd be people who are present in the lives of those around us, that we would be people who show up, that we wouldn't stop being with the people that are in our lives. We wouldn't let something like COVID keep us from talking with, staying in communication with, checking in on the people that are in our lives. Because if we're being honest, we might be going through something, somebody else probably is going through something, and we gotta be people that show up in one another's lives, that we don't allow ourselves to isolate, that we don't allow ourselves to go and be stuck home alone, but that we either through text or FaceTime or Zoom or through these group life small groups, that we would just show up in each other's lives, that we would check in on one another and see how each other is doing. We would know the things that are going on in the lives of our friends. And so that's the first one, that we would show up. And number 2, I love what the writer here says. Don't neglect meeting together, as some are in the habit of doing, but let us encourage each other. I love this word encourage. I think sometimes when we think about what encouragement is, we think like, oh, it's a nice word. Like, oh, you're like you are so pretty. Tyler, he's running this camera right now. Tyler, you look so good today. Like that's a word of encouragement. But really, the word encouragement is to give somebody courage. Is to give somebody the strength that they need to carry on through a word of affirmation or through a word of encouragement, like speaking life into somebody, so that they would have courage to continue on, to press on. So number 1, that we'd show up in each other's lives, and number 2, that we would learn to encourage each other. That we would learn not just to say nice things, that we would learn not just to give empty compliments, but that we would learn how to support the person in our life, how to support our friends, how to support the person in our life that's hurting in a way that would give them the courage they need to continue on. They need to stand up and know that they're not alone to continue on. So this idea of support, when we're talking about, man, we want to be a place where students are supported. We want to be a place where people here are supported. Like just consider this tonight, that we'd be a place where we're showing up in the lives of our friends. We are present. We're there with them. We're not being flaky. We're not leaving. We're not bailing, but we're being present in the lives of the people around us. And that we would learn to encourage each other. We'd learn to be there for one another and speak words and actions that give each other courage. I'll just close with this. How many of you guys know that song "Lean on Me" by Bill Withers? Amazing song, so good. Like it's a fantastic song. These lyrics are I think pretty profound as we think about this idea of support. It's lean on me when you're not strong. I'll be your friend, somebody to lean on, somebody to carry on. I got it right here. Here we go. Lean on me when you're not strong. I'll be your friend. I'll help you carry on. And then this, for it won't be long till I'm gonna need somebody to lean on. Like that's significant, right? Like we support each other, we give each other courage, we show up in one another's lives selflessly, because if we're being honest, there's gonna be times in our lives when we're gonna need people to show up also. So tonight, as we go off into small groups, we're gonna take just some moments together in Zoom groups and all that stuff, but that we would just consider together, like what it means to be a community that encourages each other, what it means to be a community that shows up in one another's lives. Because if we're being honest, as we selflessly give, there's gonna be times in our lives when we need others to give to us. So we give knowing that there's gonna be seasons that we're gonna need some people to be given back to us. So this is what we're gonna do. We're gonna go off into small groups. There's gonna be some questions on the next screen just after this. So be sure, take a moment, write down those questions, get those questions down for your groups. Love you guys so much. Praying for you, and hope you have a good group time. Peace.